right, good morning and happy Monday, everybody. The next 24-hour temperature cast is going to show those numbers perking up to around 70, maybe just into the 70s today, and then cooling off again overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, maybe even a little cooler than it is this morning. We start warming up from there, and I think we'll notice over the next several days, both the mornings and afternoon temperatures perking up a little tiny bit. A lot of the good stuff in the forecast all the week here. Any kind of messy weather is way off to our north and east and moving away. And I think our story is going to be high pressure taking over and the air just slowly modifying over the next couple of days. We're at 43 they get started in Thomasville. We're at 44 in Valdosta, a couple of cooler spots. And then Tallahassee Airport, we're checking in at 48. Got a little breeze out there. One of the things you need for those coolest morning temperatures is calm winds. And as long as we have that little bit of a breeze kicking, I think we're going to see some of these temperatures stay elevated just a little tiny bit. In Marianna, we're down to 40. Camilla's at 41 degrees, but there's 48 in Perry, 49 at Lafayette High School, and closer to the coast in Franklin County, places like Apalachicola or Alligator Point, it's up over 50 this morning. I do expect to notice a little breeze out there today, but getting less noticeable as the day goes on. I don't expect to find any fog, not today, not tomorrow, later on this week. As we modify this air mass a little bit and start to bring in a little moisture, then maybe we start talking about some patchy fog. Now, there's not a lot going on with sensible weather really anywhere. You got to head up into the Carolinas or maybe get down towards the Bahamas, but there's not much coming across the lower 48. And I think that means for us, not going to see a lot of change to this forecast anytime soon. And as desperate as we are for some rain, man, we need to get a good soaking around here. I don't see any showers in the forecast, maybe not before the end of the upcoming weekend, and that's 6-7 days down the road. So the story for these next few days going to be this big bubble of high pressure, lots of sunshine, dry air in place, and that will just modify a little bit over the next couple of days. We'll notice, I think, maybe one more cool start tomorrow, and then even the morning temperatures will start to perk up a little tiny bit. The afternoon's getting a little warmer each day. We may not get back to the 50-80 split this week, but we may get close, and I think we're going to have a lot of temperatures that are in the 50s for morning temperatures and maybe into the middle and upper 70s for daytime highs. So some really comfortable weather on the way for most days this week. One more cool one tomorrow morning. The tropics got real quiet. Now, I see a couple of areas with some disturbed weather. Nothing that looks tropical out here east of the Bahamas. So this is just some low pressure. Same what down here in parts of the far south in the Caribbean. Nothing tropical about any of this. So all quiet out there and expected to stay that way for the next couple of days. We'll continue to watch the Atlantic hurricane season. It does go through the end of November. But if everything stays the way it is right now, that's exactly what we're looking for. On the Gulf today, winds, seas, they're calming down a little bit more as the day goes on. We'll say out of the north and northeast, maybe up to 18 knots earlier, more like maybe 10 or 12 knots this afternoon. Seas 2 to 4 feet, and we'll go with a moderate chop, even some choppy conditions in the bays. Those too should start to calm down a little bit as the day goes on. 40s, 50s this morning, mostly clear skies. Sunrise time 6:54. So yeah, with that turn back at the clocks, the sun is up before 7 a.m. for now. Got low 70s this afternoon, 70, 71, 72. Seems about where we're headed. Sunny, comfortable, real nice day. And then tonight, I think some spots will get back near 40. A lot of us will probably be in the low 40s. Sunset time 5:48. So there's that other side of, yeah, it's brighter earlier, but it's also darker early in the evenings. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Going to get us through the whole week, and look at all that really comfortable weather. I'm telling you, 50-80, I love that, see that one, but I don't mind 45-75 or maybe 45-78. So lots of very comfortable both mornings and afternoons. It's a little chilly out there this morning. It will be a little chilly out there one more time tomorrow morning, but even the mornings are going to perk up a little bit towards the end of the week.